So I have been avoiding answering this question for a long time. And I know that everybody who watches my channel has been wondering. How much money do I make off of my music? My two singles. My two terrible singles. Terribly recorded, I'll say. So today I'll be answering that question on this coffee chat. I got a new mug for Christmas. I no longer have to drink cold coffee. Anyway, so what I'll be going over today is how much money do I make off of music? I'll also be talking about one other thing, but I'll get to that later. This question has actually been recently answered, and it was actually a huge boost to my confidence as a musician. So, I'm trying not to get the light glaring off the whiteboard. Without further ado, I make $3.56. There is a question mark there. There certainly is a question mark there. So $3.56 is, I originally looked at my streaming stats and I made 56 cents off of streaming my two current songs. And then because of that, I called some of my friends and rejoiced with them that I made 56 cents off of my music. And because of that, we were just on a call and I told them about my Patreon. And my friend was like, "You have a Patreon?" And so he subscribed to it. And the minimum tier is $3. And I don't have anything on it yet. But he's like, "Dude, I could afford $3 to support you." So he subscribed to my Patreon and I made $3. But I didn't actually make $3 because math. I made $3.56. The minimum withdrawal fee for DistroKid is $7. And then minus the 25 cents that Patreon takes when you withdraw. That's the minimum. It takes 1% with a minimum of 25 cents and a maximum of $20. The 69 cents is what Patreon took from me normally for their fee. They charge you twice. I don't feel good about that, but either way. But taking into account the minimum withdrawal fee, I essentially am at negative $4.38. I'm in the red. Bet you didn't know I had a red marker. So that's the hypothetical. But if we were to ignore the $7 minimum fee and what Patreon is currently charging in order to withdraw, I would be at $2.62. So with that, I can officially say I am a professional musician. I've had my headphones on this entire time. I kind of didn't mean to. Oh, my beautiful hair. Yes. All right. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about was my own stance on AI. And I totally forgot to write a script. So we're going off the script for it. It's going to get unhinged. I've seen a couple creators that I like, music creators, talking about AI and its real implications, and that most people can't tell or don't care most of the time that they hear AI music. I'm trying not to involve my feelings a ton. I mean, I kind of have to, but I think the not caring thing is the worst part. The guys who have talked about it have talked about music in restaurants or stuff like that, where it's like people aren't paying attention. They're just trying to have their meal and be with people or whatever. And I feel like that's maybe fine, but it still feels a little off to me. Recently, though, while I was re-recording some of my album stuff, I just started messing around on the piano and came up with what I believe is a brilliant idea, and then started singing along to it. And I'm like, oh, lyrics that just came out of my mouth are all about the robots taking our jobs. And actually, some of the lyrics that came out of that kind of helped me understand what I think about the topic. I'll read some of the lyrics from the notebook. This is the last song of mankind. Our jobs were taken by robots. 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 Some of us will not be here if you take away our art. Some of us will not survive the night. Our blood is on your hands if you ignore the things that give us life and share our love and keep us sane. I think that's poetic. I can't really play and sing it because it's just so, well, it's literally new to in the entirety of the world, but I can probably play it here. Make sure we're in the right spot. It's a cool little piano piece, and I can play it even faster too. It just requires some concentration. It's a fun one to play. Back to the topic. Just thinking about that, that's like, I'm just thinking AI music, could it make that? I mean, it very well could. I mean, it's really easy. Actually, it was a challenge to a student of mine. So I have one person that I'm teaching piano. He's gonna hate that I said that. But it's just one chord this whole time, this G flat sus, and then all it is creating a chord progression by only moving the notes in my left hand. So you end up with... Oop. So yeah, you get that all from the bass notes while I'm playing this the entire time. Which is, I think, is super cool. I think that's a little bit, because people talk about the human element in terms of things that AI music can't do, is this human element. But how do you define that? What is that even? Like, is it the mistakes that the performers make? Is it their soul? Is it their technique? What is it? It's hard to define. I mean, that challenge was essentially putting limitations on myself to be like, how can I express myself despite my lack of ability to play piano? I think there's been a part of my journey as a musician where I started to understand how to portray what I'm feeling through an instrument. So guitar is what I'm best at and what I've played the most. And I've spent hundreds, maybe even 1,000 hours improvising over backing tracks so that I can understand what I'm hearing that comes next in what I'm playing. And so when I play, things just happen. And I just make things up off the top of my head when I hear them coming. And I've been doing it as practice recently where I sit down and I listen to a backing track and I don't play something until I can play it and sing it at the same time. It's been a great exercise for my ear and for my singing. Back to the AI thing. I think that the human element lies a little bit in the words that I wrote. I mean, words are poetry. There are singers that don't sound amazing, but their lyrics are just straight from the heart. In fact, some even lean into that. One artist that I like, Ren, he does stuff that sounds odd or weird at times, and he just totally leans into it, and the words he's saying are just so from the heart, and he's just a broken human being broken, and that we resonate with that. But the lyrics that I wrote, being some of us will not be here if you take away our art, there is a thing to people who can't live without their art. I've felt it recently because I've been struggling to record vocals and whatnot, and I'm like, things are not sounding good, and I just want to give up on life and music, and the two nearly feel interconnected. Then I go and find some production trick that just like fixes most of my problems, like yesterday. That upsets me. But I think the human element resides in the fact that some people just live for this. Some people just can't live without this. There was a time when I was working as a welder where I didn't see myself in a year. Like, I couldn't think a year ahead and be like, I don't think I can see myself being here at this workplace or being alive. it's a branching universe here or whatever, but I don't know that I would be alive if I had stayed there. This whole journey between writing the album and looking back on the songs to re-record them has made me realize just how much healing that those songs have given to me. And I'm excited to share them with the rest of people, but I want them to sound good because I want to love them. And I hope that my own feelings and such inside my music will resonate with people. I hurt for totally different reasons than other people do, but hopefully some of those same feelings and being in a place, like even in your own earbuds, where you're allowed to feel those feelings kind of through another person, that you're able to kind of understand why you feel those ways and you can get some closure from it. That's just about everything I wanted to talk about, other than I said a little bit in this video. I'm in the process of re-recording my album. Re-recording just because on the early songs, the bass tone sucks, the vocals suck, and they don't have enough production generally. I'm going to go over the entire album and give it its due diligence. That being said, I don't think that the album is very far off from being released, and I'm very excited about it. I have some songs that I absolutely love on it, and I think a lot of people are going to love and resonate with. Farewell, and have a fabulous day.